as an administrative liaison to the FST, when I became aware of the probable recommendations, it was obvious that it was necessary for us to go forward and look at what those recommendations might look like should the board accept this recommendation for closure. For the first building, what we'll do is we'll move to the north end of our district, and we'll go in order of Ewell, McGahey, Kidd, and then Walsh. Ewell and McGahey required that the attendance areas be directed into three different elementary schools. We were unable to put them into two distinct areas. And so we'll begin with the first section, which is going to focus on the section near 23 Mile and Shelby Road. And that is an attendance area that is flashing right now. That particular area would be directed toward Montfort Elementary. This particular building has the ability to maintain or has the ability to gain additional students, and as you can see, we're looking at the possibility of 198 students, and those are numbers that are in the past couple of months current. Again, things may change. They may go up, they may go down slightly. You can see that we're going to be increasing the number of room use for K-6 education at that building by 5 classroom teachers. And we have the room allocation that we're anticipating for that building. The next section that we'll go to is in the north area, basically served by the area along 26 Mile Road. The current area that's flashing right now, you can see that there is one section north of 26 and a section that is south of 25 or 26, and they are both west of Mound Road. And that area would be adapted by Schweitzer Elementary. And the numbers at Schweitzer would be just as we did in the past the past screen. They would gain about 85 to 90 students. They would move from 18 classrooms to 22. When we look at the next section that is east of Mound Road, and it is already adjacent to the Morgan attendance area, there are a good number of more students that are going to be coming from that particular area. If you remember, Morgan at one time had 925 students in it, so they have a pretty high capacity. However, some of those students were there when we had some portables in that particular area. But as it stands right now, we would be able to put the 670 students that would be their new capacity for that building, or the new enrollment for that building. You can see they would gain by 7 classrooms at Morgan Elementary. And so if we look at the 3 attendance areas that would be created in this recommendation, you can see how there is a more contiguous alignment of that particular area. If we move to the next section, we go to McGahey Elementary. And again, McGahey was also one of the buildings that we needed to create 3 different attendance areas because of the large number of students that would come from a particular area. We're going to look at the area north of Hall Road that is the McGahey attendance area, and it is flanked by Flickinger Elementary. And so it would be a natural change to address those students to Flickinger Elementary. And you can see the numbers for Flickinger. They would be bringing on approximately 80 students, and we would be able to increase our classroom use by approximately 3. The next section for McGahey is the area that would be north of Canal Road, as well as south of Canal Road in those 2 areas that are flashing. That goes from on the top side, if you see where McGahey is located, that would be the area from Shaner Road, and then westward to what would be commonly referred to as the Edison corridor. To the south section, it would be the Edison corridor over to M53, and that's south of Canal Road, and it already would touch a current Browning attendance area, and so all of those students would go to Browning Elementary. You can see they have approximately 90 students that would be going to Browning from those two areas. And then the last group for McGay-Hay is the section that would be directed toward Havel Elementary, and that is the area just south of Hall Road from M53 over to the Edison corridor. And that's the area that's flashing right now. And if you can see, Derek was able to show Havel's complete attendance area and then direct it more closely so that you could see it a little more clearly. But that area has a good number of students, nearly a couple hundred students just in that one section. And Browning would not be able to accept those students, and so that would be the reason, if you look right down that corridor, it would have made sense to make the people to the west of the corridor Browning and those to the east Havel, but it didn't work out from a number standpoint, and that was the reason for us having somewhat of a crisscross pattern to that attendance adjustment. You can see they nearly bring nearly 200 students to that group, and Havel would then have approximately 680 students.